session has a little bit of a theme. I've partnered up some exercises, so we'll be doing combinations of exercises in pairs of 2. Hopefully you'll enjoy. Let's get set up. We'll bring our feet to about hip distance apart, just soften into the knees and just find your balance. Your weight is equally distributed between the ball of the foot and the heel. Start to lengthen through the spine. Let's imagine that string coming from the top of our head, drawing us up towards the ceiling. Just for 1 repetition, draw the shoulders up, back and down. Slide them in towards the spine with a little pinch between the shoulder blades. We've now opened up through the chest. Find your neutral position with the pelvis, or as close to that as you can achieve. So what we're looking for is that bowl of water, full to the brim, level, or we might need to just slightly tilt. Small adjustments. We don't want any stress or strain on the lower back. And now we connect into the core, the zip that runs from pubic bone to navel, 1/3 of the way up, the wide belt that runs around our midsection, 10 notches on it, and it's just done up to the 3rd notch. So we've got a light connection in the body's natural corset. So now we've engaged the core, let's mobilize. Just draw the shoulders up and around, just a few shoulder circles. If you do have any tension around the shoulders or the neck, just release, inhale, exhale. Just one more time, draw the shoulders up, back and down. And then inhale, drop the chin towards the chest, exhale. Draw the chin through towards the right shoulder, lift the chin parallel with the floor. Inhale, exhale through to the other side. Maybe become aware of any sticking points in the neck, and then just try to smooth them out with the movement and also with the breath. Relax the head and neck so we can really use the full weight of the head to mobilize and gently stretch the neck. We'll do 1 more of these to each side, but remember to stop at any point if any of the exercises become uncomfortable. Maybe just not for your body today. Bring the head through the center, lift the chin parallel with the floor. Let's take the feet just a little wider, just wider than the hips. We're going to combine some squats with some arm circles to mobilize the shoulders, hips, knees and ankles. So start with a setup, just resetting because we've changed foot position. Lengthen, stabilize, engage the core. Inhale, sink into the squat. Exhale as you sweep with the arms up and stand. Inhale, exhale. So we're making those windmill shapes with the arms. If that feels uncomfortable, just do the squat. Don't go down too far for the first few repetitions. Just sink the weight back and down and into the heels and align the knees with the middle of the foot. We should be kind of getting a little bit warmer here as well, maybe increasing our breathing rate and our heart rate. So setting the weight back and down, keeping the chest lifted. We've got 2 more. This is our last one. The arms float down. Inhale, float the arms up above the head. And then come onto your left leg. Exhale, draw knee to elbow, elbow to knee. Inhale, exhale. So we're now warming up the muscles in the waist, finding a little bit of balance on that standing leg. If this doesn't feel right for your body, just do a simple side bend. So this is a standing side crunch. Drawing the bottom rib down towards the hip. We'll do that 1 more time on each side. And then hold the arms up if that's comfortable. Take hold of your right wrist. Inhale. Exhale and bend to the side. Let's have a look under the arm. And maybe a look towards the ceiling. A little breath here. Inhale. Exhale. And then inhale. Release, change sides. Take hold of the wrist. Exhale. Side bend. Soften into the knees. Really lengthen out through the wrist. Look under the arm. 1 breath. And then inhale, and then allow the arms to float back down. We're going to take the feet nice and wide now. So as wide as they feel comfortable to go, the toes turned out. We're going to inhale and exhale, float the arms up into airplane. So level with the shoulders, fingers pointing away, soften into the knees. Again, just set the posture before we go into movement. Inhale, exhale, side lunge to the right and a little point down towards the foot. Inhale, exhale. So we're actually side lunging with a rotation through the upper body. So you can maybe reach the floor. Remember, we don't want to drop the chest just like we did when we were squatting. So it's just a reach down. Doesn't matter how far you go. It's the intention that counts. If you want a little bit more rotation, look back towards your back hand. We've just got one more of these to each side. And then float the arms down. We're going to take ourselves to the front end of the mat. Bring your feet about hip distance apart. Soften into the knees, lengthen again through the spine. Settle for a moment. Engage into the core. Inhale. Exhale. Drop the chin towards the chest. Roll down through the spine, vertebrae by vertebrae. Keep the pelvis stable. Go as far as you feel you can safely go. And then inhale and exhale and roll back up again. Stack the spine, vertebrae by vertebrae. Chin comes parallel with the floor as we stand tall. Inhale, exhale and roll down. Just get some freedom of movement into the spine. Inhale, exhale. Relax your head and neck. Keep a softness in the knee, into the knees. We'll do that one more time. Now listen and look out for the options during the session. So some of the movements might not suit you. If they don't, that's okay. There's always something else we can do instead. So once we set ourselves back up tall, we're going to bring our feet maybe as wide as the mat, maybe even outside the mat. So it really depends on the length of your legs, how tall you are. So let's start with a little bit of setup. We're going to inhale, exhale, reach up, and then inhale and drop down into a squat. Inhale, exhale. Push up through the heels to stand. Draw the shoulders away from the ears. Keep the chest lifted. Now you have an option. You can stay with this move. Squatting is a great functional exercise. Or we're going to go to a walking burpee. So we'll do one more full squat. Then if you want to come with me for the walking burpee, we're going to drop down to a squat. We're nice and low. We're going to drop the hands. We're going to walk the front foot back and back foot back. Mountain climber for 8, 8, 7, 6, 5. Your knee is close to the mat. 2 more. And then we're going to take back foot all the way close to the outside of the hand. Front foot, squat, and stand. We'll do that 3 more times. Drop down, come back. Let's go with back foot, front foot, mountain climber. We've got 4 more. Stay long in the spine. And then we're taking front foot. In, squat, and stand. Now I'm going to show you some options here. Drop down. Let's take front foot again and back foot. Now if you don't want to go for mountain climber on your toes, on your knees, just 4 slow ones. Knee to the outside of the same elbow. And then if you want to come up, we're going with back foot, front foot. So, down, this is our last time. Back foot, and then mountain climber for 8. Think we've got 2 more. And then from here, front, and stand. So that might have raised the heart rate, engage the core. We're going to bring our feet in, We're going to do one roll down, bring ourselves down to the mat. So lengthen, inhale, exhale, roll down through the spine. When we get to the bottom, we're going to bend the knees, hands in contact with the mat, step back, bring ourselves down and onto our fronts. So, let's set up. Bring the arms out by your side, by the shin, in line with the shoulders. Legs are hip distance apart. Lengthen the spine. Keep the eye line down. Engage between the shoulder blades. Engage into the core. Inhale to prepare. Exhale and come up. Peel the breastbone off the mat and allow the arms to float. Inhale to lower. Exhale to lift. Now if you prefer, you can leave your fingertips in contact with the mat. So we're working into the postural muscles, mid to upper back. We're going to add on to this if you wish. If not, stay with this movement. But after this one, we're going to add some rotation. So from here, we rotate bottom rib towards hip, have a look down, and then back through centre to the other side. So you're having a look round towards or in the direction of your feet. The arms aren't actually moving independently, they're only moving because we're moving the torso. 2 more to each side. But remember to stop anytime you need to. So this is our last one, working into the waist, working into the core, and then allow the arms to float down. Bring the hands under the shoulders, inhale, exhale and push yourself up. Let's start in a basic tricep push-up position. Hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips. This is your basic level option. We're going to inhale as we drop the elbows towards the knees, just dropping the chest, keeping the hips high. Exhale to push up. Inhale, exhale. Next level option, take the knees further back. Now we're ready for our combination. So we've got a slow tricep push-up. The elbows are in, just scraping the side of the body. Exhale to lift. Come up onto the toes if you can. Step front leg out, back leg out, front leg in, back leg in, drop on, release the feet, tricep push up. And then push up. Up onto the toes if you can. Now back leg, front leg, back leg, front leg. Onto the knees, release the feet, tricep push up. So you're just coming as far as you feel you can. Down in the tricep push up. So it's a walking plank and a slow tricep push up. So we're going back leg first this time. Out, out, in, onto the knees. Release the feet, drop down. You can, of course, stay up for a full tricep push up if you're feeling really strong today. You can do the box tricep push up, pushing up through the whole of the hand. We're going to do that twice more. You can stop, you can push back to child's pose if you need a little breather. Keep the core engaged, neck in alignment with the spine. This is our last time. And then release. Push back. Relax the arms, maybe take them by our sides. Place the forehead down. And then release. Come up. We're going to come onto our sides now. So set yourself up for a side hover. So take the legs out in line with the torso. Elbow underneath the shoulder. and you've got pressure through the whole of the forearm. Bend the bottom knee. So the legs are still in line with the torso. Open the chest, engage the core. Inhale. Exhale, come up. We're going to do a thread needle. Inhale, exhale, reach under, and as we lift the arm up, we lift the leg, and then we do a semicircle. Inhale, exhale, and as the leg goes down, we reach under. So we've got that painting the rainbow, and as the leg comes down, we reach under. So we're rotating through the upper part of the torso from thoracic spine. You can hold that leg up. It doesn't have to come down between each repetition. We're working strongly into the waist, into the muscles around the hips. The palm is facing up as we go into thread needle. Let me just do that 2 more times. Reach under. You may be starting to feel some work in the supporting shoulder. It's perfectly okay. And then release. Come onto the hip. Oh, that was quite hard work. Release the shoulder. Give it a little stretch if it needs it. Back of the shoulder, front of the shoulder, and then come on to the other side. We'll get ourselves set up, creating that strong foundation. Torso in line with the legs, bottom knee bends. Make any adjustment you need to engage into the core. Inhale and exhale and come up. And then inhale, exhale, threading the needle. Inhale, come up, and then painting the rainbow. As the leg goes down, we go under. We float the arm up, and the leg floats up at the same time. So let's try and create a really sound movement pattern with the leg. So really working into the hip, rotating around the hip, and taking the leg away from the body, forward and back. Pushing into the forearm, try not to put too much pressure through the elbow. Leg is straight, so we've got length. Do that 2 more times. Under, up. Just a light tap with the foot. Last time. Keeping the hips high. And then release. Come onto the hip. Come up. Release that shoulder. Give it a stretch. And then from here we're going to come onto our backs. Feet hip distance apart. We're going to just start with a little warm up for the upper abdominals and also the lower abdominals, and of course we want the core to be able to support the legs, so we'll do a little bit of warm up there as well. So create that stability, lengthen into the spine, little squeeze between the shoulder blades. Now everyone's different here, so you may be comfortable in a neutral position, the pelvis flat like a flat triangle, or you may remember the imprinted position where we just want to reduce the curve in the lower back, lumbar spine. Just enough pressure as if we're going to squeeze a grape. And then we're all set to engage the core, so neutral or imprinted. Float the fingertips to the temples with the elbows wide. We're going to inhale to prepare, exhale, abdominal crunch. Space under the chin, looking towards the knees. Exhaling to lift. Inhaling to lower, looking towards the knees. And between the knees. We're just warming up the upper abdominals. One more after this one. We don't want to overwork them. And then release. Arms down by our side. Same setup position. Inhale, exhale, float one leg up to tabletop. Inhale, exhale, and float the other leg up to tabletop. So in tabletop position, in neutral, shins parallel with the floor, 90-degree angle at the knee, feet and knee in alignment. In imprinted, you will be slightly elevated in the lower leg, so but we still maintain that 90-degree angle at the knee. Let's inhale, and as we exhale, a little tap, one leg. Inhale, reset, exhale, tap with the other leg. So a little tap. You can imagine a bit of a small pool of water at the end of the mat, and just enough contact to cause a very small splash. Hinging at the hip. The angle at the knee stays exactly the same. This will be an option for our scissor combination coming up next. We'll just do one more of these to each side. And then from here, float one leg down, then the other. And just release out the legs. We just don't want to get the hip flexors overworking. We want to make sure that they get a refreshing supply of oxygenated blood. And we're going to go into 100 and scissor combination. So let's start with our setup. Strong foundation. Length, stability, connection to the core. We're going to inhale. And as we exhale, we float one leg up and then the other. Then we inhale. And we exhale, we peel the head and shoulders off the mat. Now you can stay here with the tabletop position, remember the toe taps we did in the previous exercise, or we're going to extend one leg and then the other. The arms are just floating off the floor, space under the chin, looking towards the knees. You can bring the legs together. 10 small flaps with the arms. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then we're going to lower front leg, and then back leg. And then again we're going to go 10 small beats. And then we're going to lower back leg, and then front leg. 10 small beats. We're going to lower front leg, and then back leg. 10 small beats. Lower back leg, and then front leg. One more time on each leg. Front leg, back leg. Last time, 10 small beats. You can support your head if you need to. Better late than never. So this is our last one. And then we release to tabletop, lower the head and shoulders, lower the arms. Float one leg down, then the other. Release out the legs if you need to, or join me in a shoulder bridge. So for the shoulder bridge, we're going to set ourselves up. Feet at distance apart, knees in line with feet. Reset your postural position. Engage into the core, inhale. Exhale, peel off, come up and on to the shoulder blades. Inhale, exhale, and lower all the way down. So what we're going to do here is we're just going to introduce some movement with the arms, if you wish, and it'll also be like an active stretch. So one more like this, pushing into the heels, articulating through the spine, activating the muscles in the back of the body. Now on this one, if you wish, I'm going to inhale, exhale, allow the arms to float behind. Leave the arms where they are. Inhale, exhale, lower back down, vertebrae by vertebrae. And then allow the arms to float down. Inhale, exhale, peel off. Space under the chin. arms by your side as you roll up. Or you lift the arms, float them back at the same time. It doesn't really matter. If you don't want to leave your arms behind as you roll down, you can take your arms and roll down at the same time. So it's always about what feels right for your body. But with leaving the arms behind and rolling down, we can feel that stretch down the front of the body. We've just got 2 more of these. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Find that stability as you roll back down. Last time, inhale, exhale, and inhale, exhale. And then allow the arms to float back down. Very carefully, we're going to take one knee in towards the chest and then the other. You can hold on to the back of the thigh, or you can hold on to the shin. Just take a release side to side. Give the spine a little bit of a massage. You could draw the knees further up towards the chest to lift the tailbone. So we're getting a stretch into the lower back. It's almost like you're trying to get your knees up to your armpits. And then just find that stillness in the center. Place the feet back down. We've got one last tabletop position, if you would like it. If not, we can just do a basic supine twist with the feet in contact with the mat. If you've got room, take the arms out to the sides. So we've got the arms in line with the shoulders. The palms are either going to face up or down. Stabilize into the shoulder blades. Lengthen the spine, connect into the core. Inhale. As we exhale, we float one leg up. And then we inhale, and we exhale, we float the other leg up. We bring the knees together and the legs. And inhale. As we exhale, take the knees over to the front and look to the back arm. Inhale back through the center. We'll do the same on the other side. So you want to make sure that your shoulder blades are staying in contact with the mat. Inhale and exhale. You should feel the core activating, muscles in the waist activating as the knees go over to this side. So it's one little bit more work for the core and the waist. But it's also a nice stretch for the back, diagonal stretch. And we'll just do that one more time to each side. If you feel like your shoulder blades are lifting, just reduce the range of movement. And then just bring the knees back through the center. And float the legs down one at a time. Extend the legs out, take the hands behind. Full body stretch. Inhale. Exhale, so you get a little bit further, fingertips away from the toes. And then inhale to release. We'll bring the arms down by our side. We'll just draw one knee in towards the chest. Tailbone in contact with the mat. Inhale, exhale, extend the leg. Hold on above or below the knee to stretch out the back of the thigh. Relax the foot. We can use the breath. Try and allow that leg to become light. So we're not holding on to the leg, we're just allow it to relax into the hands. Inhale, exhale, draw the leg in a little closer if it's happy to. If it's not, don't force it. On the next inhale, we're going to release across and open up the hip. Just opening up through pushing the knee away. And then release. If you feel comfortable, lift the foot, reach through, take hold of the back of the thigh, and then try and lift that foot so that we've got a 90-degree angle at the knee, so we get more of a stretch around the hip. Supine pigeon. or thread needle stretch, whatever you want to call it. And then from here, we're going to release. I'm going to place that foot down, we're going to have the other knee in. Try and get the leg feeling comfortable. Inhale, exhale, extend, hold on. Whatever feels comfortable. Bring the leg to a lightness. Feels good, feels easy. Use the breath. Inhale, exhale. You can try and increase the stretch, but again, never force it, and try to avoid lifting your tailbone off the mat to bring that leg closer. So the tailbone stays in contact with the mat. It's like an anchor. Carefully release, place the foot onto the thigh, open up through that hip. And then release, lift the foot, reach through. If it feels comfortable, 90-degree angle in that knee. It just pushes the hip open a little bit more. Use the breath, relaxing the muscles on the exhale. And then carefully release. Release the legs. Roll onto your side. We're going to come into an all-fours position. We're going to start with the knee, taking the knees wide, the toes together, and then push your bum back towards your heels. Extend the arms out. Inhale, exhale, and sink down into our child's pose stretch. Forehead in contact with the mat. Just find a little bit of relaxation in the muscles around the hips, the inner thigh, the shoulders, maybe down the side of the body. And then from here, we're just going to walk our hands over to the front side of the mat. Take the back hand on top of the front hand. So we've got a bit of a side stretch. Inhale, exhale, sink down. So you're stretching away from the opposite side of the body. So we're getting a side stretch, maybe getting into the front of the shoulders. And then release. Come up, walk the hands over to the other side. Get the front hand onto the top of the back hand. Inhale to exhale, and again we're just pulling away at a slight angle so that stretches more down the side of the body. And then release. From here we're going to come back onto our hands and knees again. Knees under the hips, hands under the shoulders. Take an inhale. And then we exhale, tuck the chin under it, cat, really arching the back. We're going to inhale back to neutral position. Exhale. Tuck under. Inhale back to neutral. So we're massaging the spine. We're stretching the muscles on the inside and the outside of the spine. Pushing through the whole of the hand. We should be relaxing the head and neck when we come into our cat stretch. And we're just going to do that one more time. And then just release through into that neutral position. We'll bring ourselves to a seated position to finish. Any seated position that feels right for you, cross-legged, legs in front. You need to sit on a cushion, that's also fine. And let's just release through the shoulders. We'll take one arm across, stretching into the back of the shoulder. You can either have the hand below or above the elbow. And then we'll inhale, and as we exhale, lift up into a tricep stretch. So you can pull or you can push. It's quite a bit of work for the triceps with our combination with the walking plank. And then just release, we'll do the other side. Float the arm across, draw it in, feel it stretching the back of the shoulder. And then up into our tricep stretch. And then release. And just before we finish, we're going to just take a stretch for the mid to upper back and the chest. So cross the palms, tuck the chin, and try and create a C shape with your spine. So we've kind of really mobilized the spine with the cat stretch. We've already started to stretch those muscles, but we're just stretching them in a different way. Inhale to release, and exhale, sweep your arms around, and you can either clasp your fingers or you can place your hands at the base of your spine. Inhale. Exhale, and just open up the chest. Let's keep the chin parallel with the floor. So we're not lifting the chin, not hyperextending the neck. Take an inhale and release the arms. Allow the arms just to, hands to rest on the thighs or in your lap, anywhere you like. Just to say thank you so much for joining me today. Thanks for your effort and your energy. And the next time, I hopefully will see you at the Sports Centre.